Greetings everybody. Today we're going to discuss about word formation process. Within word formation process we have etymology, back formation, acronyms. We also have coinage, borrowing. We have compounding, blending, clipping, derivation, we have also the conversion, and the last one, that is mixture, that is multiple processes. This topic we are going to cover in this e-lecture today.
Greek etymology. Instead, when we look closely at the etymologies of less technical words, we soon discover that there are many different ways in which new words can enter the language. We should keep in mind that this process has been at work in the language for some time, and a lot of words in daily used today were as on time considered barbarity, misuse of the language. Now, back formation. What is back formation? It's a very specialized type of reduction process. It's now as back formation. Typically, a word or a one-time casual a noun is reduced to form a word or another type, usually a verb. A good example of verb formation in this process whereby a noun television. Television. Phrase came into use and then the verb televise. Televise. Other examples of words created by this process are donate. Donate from donation. Donation. Okay, now is acronyms. Acronyms are new words from the initial letters. For example, the word is compact disc. Compact disc. Another example is VCR. The word is video. Video cassette record. Where the pronunciation consists of saying each separate letter. For example, CD, VCR. More typical acronyms are pronounced as new singular. You may even hear talk of a snafu, which disputes to have its original end situation. Normal all fold up, though there is some dispute about the appropriate word in there. Names for originalization are often designed to have the acronym. Acronyms represent an appropriate term. Some new acronyms came into general use so quickly that many speakers don't think of their component meanings.
Coinage is one of the least common processes of word formation in English. That is the invention of totally new terms. The most typical sources are invent trade names for commercial products that become general terms. The following list of words provides some common coinage found in everyday English are aspirin, Google, and Kleenex. Notice that many coinage start out as brand names for everyday items such as Kleenex for a facial tissue or Google for search in the internet. Borrowing, one of the most common sources of new words in English. That is the taking over of words from other language. English language has adopted a base of number of words from other language. For example, croissant from French, dope from Dutch, lilac from Persian, piano from Italian, pretzel from German, and sofa from Arabic. That's some example from borrowing.
Okay, now let's talk about compounding. Compounding is another part of word formation process. But what is compounding? Compounding is the process of combining two words, three morphemes, to create a new word. Commonly, this is a noun, an adjective, or a verb. And we have different parts to create a compounding. For example, we have verb plus preposition. For example, what will be an example of this? Okay, break up. Break up. A verb and a preposition. And then the other one will be a preposition plus verb. Then it will be out, round. Out the preposition and round the verb. Also, we have the verb plus verb. Verb plus verb. And it will be a stir fry. And also, noun plus noun. Noun plus noun will be, for example, cupcake. A noun and also a noun. And now we have an adjective plus a verb. Adjective plus verb. And it will be highlight. Highlight. And here we have adjective plus verb. Adjective with adjective. They will be, for example, bittersweet. That is adjective plus adjective. Blending. But what is blending? Blending is to combine two separate words to produce a single new term. But this process is accomplished by taking the beginning part of one word and joining the end of the another one. Okay, we have heard about it? Probably. Let's talk about examples. What about biopic? Biopic. Okay, biopic. These words come biology plus picture. Okay. We have heard globage. Okay, globage. This word. Probably. Okay, this means global plus English. That is the English around the world. And we have heard electrocute. Yes, but electrocute comes from a blending. Electrocute. That is electricity plus execute. We also take the beginning of both words. For example, this. Have you ever watched a sitcom? Do you know what sitcom means? Okay, sitcom is situation plus comedy, right? Okay, situation plus comedy. Or probably this word, Interpol, is not an acronym. It is a blending that means international plus police. Clipping or shortening. As I said, this shortening because it involves the removing of one or more syllables from a word. For example, if we have this is a clipping from doctor, right? Doctor. It is a back clipping because we remove this part. Doctor. Okay, let's move to the phone. Phone, okay? It's a good example. That comes from telephone. Telephone. And it's a front clipping because we have clipped this part. And we have middle clipping. For example, this. Do you know what a fridge is? Yeah, it's a refrigerator. This part was clipped to create this new one. And we have in the part of reduction, we have a particular one that is hypochorism. What is this? Hypochorism. Hypochorism is the reduction, a process in reduction in which a longer word is reduced, and at the end we add y or ie. Okay, have you heard someone who says, let's see the telly? What is telly? Telly means television. And as I said, it's a long word that is reduced, and at the end we add the y or ie.
To continue with this e-lecture, I'm going to talk about conversion. Conversion. What is conversion? Conversion is a change in the function of a word, for example, when a noun is used as a verb. For example, the noun butter we can use it as a verb when you say, have you buttered the toast? Or maybe in the word vacation, there is a noun. You can use it as a verb when you say vacationing. And maybe another example could be when you change a verb to a noun. For example, in the verb must, you can use it as a noun when you say that you have a must. There is like a responsibility. Or maybe a complex verb combination like want to be. You use it as a noun when you say wanna be. Now let's talk about the most common process. There is derivation. And derivation consists of a large number of small bits of the language that you add to a word that exists, and you create a new one. It can be a prefix, a suffix, or an infix. And all of these, you call it affixes. For example, the affixes on for the word unhappy, or mis for misunderstand, or maybe forgetful, you add the suffix ful. Or maybe in hopeless, you add the suffix less. Now, after the prefixes and suffixes, we have this rare category that is called infixes. That is when you put in between a word, you put a little bit of a language. For example, we have the word absolutely, and you divide it and you put in the middle the word blessed or blooming, and you will have blessedly or absolutely. We have the multiple process. But to understand this, you have to know already all the processes that we have learned. For example, we have the word daily, that is very common in the English language. daily. But these words have already like two processes. This word came from the word delicatessen, that is a German word. So it's a borrowing. And then we have a clipping and we have the word deli. Another example could be for the acronym WASP. It's an acronym that means White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. And you can use it in a sentence. You say that you have a waspish attitude. Waspish. So you just add a suffix. So it's a multiple process because you have an acronym and you add a suffix. Now, to summarize this lecture about word formation process, we have that etymology is the history and the origin of a word. We also have that back formation is reducing a word to a shortened version. Acronyms is taking the initial letter of a word to create a new one. Coinage is the invention of new words. Borrowing is taking words from another language. And inside borrowing, we have calque. That is when you translate each element of a word to the borrowing language. We also have compounding. That is combining two or more words to form a new one. We also have blending. That is combine the beginning of a new word and the end of another to make a new one. We also have clipping. That is when we shorten a word, and inside clipping we have hypocaries. That is when you reduce a word but at the end you add y or I and e. We also have conversion. That is when you use a word into another, for example when you use a noun into a verb. And we have derivation. That is when you add a suffix or a prefix or an infix. And when you summarize all these, you can have multiple processes. That is when you use in a word one or two of these processes.